Hi and welcome back to Low Carb About. I'm Ludmilla and today I'm going to show you how to make these super easy carnivore waffles. It's pretty amazing how much they resemble regular high carb waffles, not only in looks but also in flavor and texture. But what's even more amazing is that we can make them without any carbs in only 3 ingredients: eggs, collagen, and gelatin. To get started, we need to crack 4 eggs. The eggs make up the basis of our waffle batter. And because they're an animal-based ingredient, they were great for a carnivore recipe, as long as you're allowed to eat more than just meat on your diet. They're also next to 0 carbs and are high in fat and protein, and that's why they work great for a keto diet. And don't worry, despite the number of eggs we use for our waffles, they will not taste eggy. Now, while it's not required to add any spices or sweetener to these waffles, I'm adding a few drops of better stevia, which is the liquid sweetener. I like stevia because it is low carb and also naturally derived. And I like just a hint of sweetness in my waffles. At this point you could also add a bit of salt, or if you want a savory waffle you can add garlic powder or onion powder, and this really depends on what flavor you're going for and what restrictions you're following. So with a hand mixer I'm just whisking together the eggs and I'm just trying to get some air in. I'm just mixing it for about 30 seconds. And I do recommend using a hand mixer or a stand mixer if you like for this recipe, and not just a whisk, as otherwise it will be difficult to whisk in the gelatin and collagen powder. I'm using Vital Proteins collagen peptides, which is a pure unflavored collagen powder. It's free of sugars and carbs and it's derived from beef. The gelatin powder I'm using is also unflavored and pure. And just like my collagen, it has 0 carbs and it's also derived from beef. So both of these ingredients work great for carnivore recipes. For my waffles, I'm using 4 tablespoons of collagen powder and 2 tablespoons of gelatin powder. The gelatin will help with the binding and the collagen will give our waffles a great texture. And before I'm adding these 2 ingredients to our egg mixture, I will make sure to combine them well with my little whisk here. And now we can go ahead and add this to the eggs. So I'm starting my hand mixer again and pouring the collagen gelatin mixture in just a little at a time. And as you can see, I have my hand mixer running the whole time I'm pouring in that collagen gelatin mixture, and that's important because gelatin has a tendency to clump together. So you want to just keep mixing while you pour in the dry ingredients. Once everything is well combined, keep on mixing until the batter looks creamy, thick, and the color has changed to a slightly lighter yellow. And this is all we need to do for our 0 carb carnivore waffle batter. This is a high protein, high collagen batter. These are pretty much anti-aging waffles. And that's because collagen is the protein that you find in your joints, bones, ligaments, and skin. It's the stuff that makes your skin elastic and plump. And there's evidence that supplementing your diet with collagen improves your skin elasticity, joint mobility, and also decreases joint pain. There are probably not many better ways to start your morning than with these waffles. Though you could also try my carnivore pancakes that are also high in collagen. So I'm making my waffles in a Belgian waffle maker, which is one of those large waffle makers with deep pockets. But you could also use a standard size classic waffle iron instead. Before adding your batter, make sure your iron is hot and also grease it really well, otherwise your waffle will stick to it. And I'm just adding a bit of butter here, and then I'm rotating the iron so the butter will spread out well. Of course, you could also just spray or brush it with a bit of oil. With an ice cream scoop, I'm scooping up a 1/4 cup of batter and placing it right into the center of my waffle iron. This is the amount of batter that you will use for a standard size waffle maker, so this is actually not enough to completely fill up my Belgian waffle maker. It's important now that you bake this waffle not only until it's baked through, but also until it feels crispy on the outside. If you take the waffle out too early, it will deflate and will not have that traditional waffle texture. And this is what it will look like, our first waffle. Between each bacon, make sure to spray or brush the waffle iron again. Again, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of batter. If I wanted to fill up the whole Belgian waffle iron, I would add about 2/3 cup of batter. And with this recipe, you can make about 2 large Belgian waffles or about 5 standard size or classic waffles. And though I have this Belgian waffle maker, I'm only using a 1/4 cup of batter for each waffle because these carnivore waffles are so filling and nutrient dense. I feel like a whole Belgian waffle is just too much for me. Once I see that no more steam is escaping from the waffle iron, I know the waffle is about to be done. I also like to test with a fork or with my finger if it feels crispy on the outside, and then I go ahead and remove it with a spatula. Okay, so I'm on my last 5th waffle, and I'm just scraping off that last bit of batter with a rubber spatula here, because I don't want to waste any of my precious ingredients. And once again, I'm adding it right to the center of my greased iron and baking my last waffle. By the way, you can find the links to all the ingredients and also to my waffle maker in the description below. As long as you greased your iron well and cooked until your waffle is done, it should be no problem removing your waffle from the waffle maker. These waffles taste so much like regular high-carb waffles, and they also have a very similar texture. I like to serve them with some butter and sugar-free maple syrup, also with a bit of powdered erythritol. But of course, you can keep it simple. You can just eat them as is with a side of bacon, maybe just a little butter, maybe some sour cream. If you like, you could add some fresh fruit. It really depends on what you like and what your diet restrictions are. They taste best when served fresh because then they maintain their nice crispy outside texture. But you can also store leftovers in your fridge and warm them up in your oven or toaster oven. They will provide you with so much energy and so many nutrients. These are really power waffles. And you can make a whole batch without any carbs. And even though these are carnivore waffles, we don't need any meat to make them. I hope you will give these carnivore 0-carb waffles a chance and let me know what you think of them in the comments. You can find the link to the full recipe in the description below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will talk to you soon. Bye!